everybody. Happy Monday. It's time for your Monday sales motivation. And today we're going to talk about how to run a large video meeting, how to present as a team when you're all virtual and not together. I'm going to assume you have your technology all set up, and that could be a WebX, a GoTo, Zoom, whatever it is you use, you have it, but now you're struggling on how to present as a cohesive group using this technology. Let's go through a few steps. Before the meeting, about 2 to 3 days prior, do an equipment check. It sounds rudimentary, but you really need to make sure all the systems work for you, everyone on your team, as well as the clients. We can't assume that what works for us works for them. Ideally, you're going to be doing this presentation with teammates that you're familiar with, that you've worked with before, that you've presented before with. This will help you be familiar with their cadence, their style, their flow. That's immensely helpful. You can do this with new teammates, but it will be more challenging. So if you can put some people together that have worked together before, that would be ideal. Once you have your team in place, you'll need to identify the roles everyone will play. So for example, we're going to define one ringmaster. Just think of a circus. The ringmaster is the one that kind of runs the show. And that person should not be the highest level person on your team, but rather someone that can defer and be able to pass the mic and keep the flow going with the presentation. You're also going to need a master controller, and that's the person that actually runs the presentation. The master controller should also have all their screens turned off, so you don't have IMs, emails, any other stuff like that popping on the screen that does not belong. So the master controller will just run the presentation. And lastly, you'll have your presentation team, the people that are actually going to speak to the slides or the topics that are on your agenda. Be clear on who's going to speak and when. And this process should be clearly outlined, and that'll avoid people talking over each other or messing up who's handling this topic. So clearly outline that, and also outline who will answer questions and when it's okay for a teammate to jump in. And this is the key, right? Practice, practice, practice. And you have to do at least one full team dry run. So about a day before, you're going to confirm the meeting just like you would with a regular meeting. You'll confirm it with the time and the date and the address. And the address of the location will be where the video conference is being hosted. And make sure that you include the link and any login details the attendees may need. Also include a standard agenda so people know what you're going to be talking about. And this may be a little different than what you normally do. Have a one-sheeter that introduces the team with photos and a short bio. And this is going to allow the attendees to get to know your team before the meeting. And it's going to be a helpful point of reference to sort out who's who in the video call. And the bio will include things like how long they've been with the company, what's their role, level of experience, forte, maybe even their LinkedIn profile, so they can really get to know the members of the team before the meeting. Open the conference line 15 minutes before the call. This gives people time to log in, to do any tweaks they may need to do if the technology isn't quite working for them, if the link isn't quite working for them. And that also allows for a little chit chat too. If you imagine a face-to-face meeting, as people are coming in, there's some chit chat that's going on as they're coming in and they're getting settled. No one's really talking anything too serious until the meeting starts. As the meeting starts, you're going to want to kick it off. Let the participants know if the meeting will be recorded, and then don't forget to hit the record button if it's going to be recorded. It's easy to forget that one little thing as you just start getting into the meeting. Put everyone on mute to start and let them unmute as need be. There's always that person or couple people who forget to put it on mute, and it can be very distracting. Let them know if you're going to be using chat or virtual hand raising throughout the presentation. And then explain the structure, like how will this work? What's the format going to be? So they know how to engage and how to participate. So they know when they can ask questions and when they can contribute. And then lastly, you'll do your standard introductions. During the presentation, no multitasking. If it would be rude to do it in person, it is rude to do it in a video conference. The other couple basic things to keep in mind is pause between sections or slides to see if there's any questions or comments. and leave a little bit of extra time because people are on mute, so it may take them a second or two to find the unmute button. It may take them a little bit longer than a normal conference call on a phone because this might be new technology to them. Wrapping up is very similar to wrapping up in a face-to-face meeting. You're going to want to define the next steps and advance the sale. That's a whole other sales video. If you promised to send a recording or notes or action items, please let the attendees know how they'll be receiving it, when they should expect it, and then thank them for their time and end the video conference. Thanks for sticking with me through these trying times. I hope you don't find my squinting too annoying, but boy, the sun feels good and I had to get out of the house. Hang in there, keep your chin up, contact me if I can help you in any way. I'm Chris Miller from Miller Sales Consulting, and this has been your Monday Sales Motivation. Bye.